Hey, it's Seth Lewis, and I just want to thank you, and thank you again. Taking a moment to thank you for all the questions that you sent, the messages, all the different conversations that we've had leading up to this point. You provided feedback in small group sessions, and all of you have contributed to this content. So I just want to thank you for that. I'm so excited, and I can feel your excitement for this upcoming series because you contributed. It's going to be great. I'm really excited for this series. It's the long-awaited series of how to get out of the day-to-day. How do you get your time back? From countless owners that I talk to in contracting and construction, and this relates to any business, but that's what we've been focusing on for this series. But getting your flexibility back. It's not about stopping what you love because you got into the business because you loved it, but it's understanding how do you get out of the day to day? What's bogging you down? And some of the topics that we're looking at is labor, pricing, recruiting, and just studying how all these things are connected. If we can break down some of these things, it's actually going to help you get out of the day to day. So what's on the line? What's the opportunity that we're talking about? I believe this series is going to change your life. Yes, it's that powerful. I want you to envision leaving tomorrow for a month of vacation. This wasn't something that you planned, but now your business is running without you. Now, for some, I get it. That is a huge, stressful feeling. There's no way I could leave my business for a month tomorrow without planning. But I want to challenge you. You can actually do this. My question is, let's think about it. Where would you go? Who would you go with? This is the opportunity to start the journey. It's the chance to do it. Stop looking at what others have done, and it's time to write your own success story. You can do this. It's time to jump in the game. That's what we're covering. I want you to think about your current reality. Think about what you wanted when you started your business. I love this question because when I talk to early business owners, when they're just starting, they have this vision, this dream of what they want. And it's actually sad in many cases. We realize that it doesn't live up to the hype in many times. But I want you to be able to choose what you want to do each day. I want you to be in control, not to be forced by the lack of staff or cash flow or other things that, might pop up and continue to rob your time. You now will have the remote to your life. Think about that. A remote control. You are in control. And many business owners are not. You're no longer getting drug around by your business. You're able to go visit your parents. You can invest in relationships with your children and take off when you want to. You have money in your bank account, and you're not worried about your credit card getting declined or making payroll. People want to work for you, and you're fully staffed. It changes everything. This is what it's about. So by now you're saying, who is this guy? Who is Seth? Who am I? I'm a blue collar business coach. I've done it. I've failed many times, but I got back up again. And now my passion is helping other contractors and businesses do this exact thing. I've owned over 8 businesses and owns them still. And a lot of them run on their own. I'm not involved in the day to day. I love doing this and I love helping you. I hope some of the content that I put out is helping. But really, I say I'm in the life change business. I've seen business owners do complete 180s from being broke to straight balling to straight profitability to having money in their account. It's life changing because it changes relationships. It changes how you live your life. It changes your confidence. It changes self-worth. It's all of those things. That's what I do, and that's my passion. I want to share a quick story with you. I met Jerry for the sake of the story. I'll call him Jerry. But he was on the verge of closing his business. And he literally cashed in all his investments for the American dream, his retirement, the investments, all of this to be a business owner, the dream that so many of us have. But it was 4 years and he didn't make any money, none of it. And it got to the point where it was going to be make or break. When we met, it was bad. His staff wasn't a fit. There wasn't money, and he hadn't been on a vacation in 3 years. That's a long time. That's not what you sign up for as a business owner. But the sad reality is, after people take the mask off, that's really what people are dealing with. When we first met, let me say that I can't do anything without you being coachable. I can't do anything without you wanting to change. But Jerry showed up every day in every session and he worked. He worked hard. He did the steps that we laid out, the simple steps. We mapped out this business and the complexity and simplified it so we could execute. A year later, I want to clarify that. He took over 3 vacations. He had his first profitable year in his business. He had money in his bank account. He had a new staff and in clearly defined roles and responsibilities. It allowed him to step out and enjoy life. Really, that's what we signed up for. I want you to be like Jerry. That is the magic. We're going to show you how to do that. But here's some questions that I've been getting, and I want to just answer them so that you know. Will this work for me? Yes, absolutely it will. Only if you actually do it. Take notes, write it down, use the tools as a resource. You can go back at any time and look at this, but you have to implement it. Question 2 I get a lot. You talk about life change. Can this one course actually change my life? So this is an interesting one. The answer is yes. But why is it we always think about bad things when we talk about life change? We always think of the negative experiences. We think about things that won't work for us, and we already checked ourselves out because of bad taste that we had in our mouth previously. Everything I teach is in a simple way. It's really easy to execute. That doesn't mean it's easy overall to do, but it's easy to understand. You still have to do it. When you do it, you will create life change. When you can go on vacation, when you can spend time with your family and build relationships or spend time with family, it's important. Everything that I've built has been from years and years of feedback, from small groups and surveys, actual business owners in contracting and construction, and other related fields. But it's not limited to them because these challenges are the same in all businesses. It's very similar. Another objection or something that I hear sometimes is it's too cheap to be that good. I like that one. It's too cheap. Well, let me tell you this. Get involved. Try it. If it's too cheap, test it out. I want to tell you that I didn't hold anything back when I put this together. My goal was to make a clear, simple training course for DIY business owners because some people think they can do it on their own, and they can. If you're disciplined enough to actually take these principles and make them happen, then it will. It will change your life. And you'll have a fun time doing it. My goal is to make impact. If I do that, the more money will come to everybody. And it just makes an enjoyable experience. It's more than impact. And let me clarify this. When you look at impact, money has nothing to do with impact in the sense of no matter how much money that you make will never replace what impact does. So if this makes any impact in your life, one of the things that I would love is share it with me. Share how it's been helpful. Comment on my page because that energizes me to keep making great content. So it's designed to make impact. What if I don't like it? Another question. If you don't find value in this training, just return it. No questions asked. 100% refund. Done. Is this really a limited time offer? Great question. Yes, it is. For my kickoff, I've added many added benefits, and this series is going to be open for a few days and then it will close. I really want to make impact, again, keyword, for everybody that's been following along and that's been on this journey. So again, I've covered a lot here. I want to take a step back and just reflect of what we're looking at. I want you to know that this is possible. It's possible to get your time back. It's possible to put your family first, not by working. A lot of business owners say, well, I work to put my family first, but by being there, to be at your kids' game, to support them through college or wherever the journey is, or your grandkids, whatever it may be, to give back to charity. It is possible. It's possible to be home in a reasonable time. It's possible not to have to work on weekends. I want you to be in control of your life. Your family's going to thank you. They are going to be appreciative. It's going to change the dynamics, and they're going to be so grateful that you learned the steps to balance and what influences it and the connections. There's a few key items, but when you focus on them and get them right, life as you know it is going to change. It doesn't matter your business. These tips will work if you follow our outline. And deep stuff. I get fired up just thinking about it. So here's the deal. In my next email or video, I'm going to have an offer for you to actually make this happen. If you are serious about getting out of the day-to-day and taking control of your life, be on the lookout. It's going to be a limited time offer. If you have found any of this content helpful, I'd love if you shoot me a message, a question, or like some of my stuff on LinkedIn. I appreciate you following along and being a part of this journey. And stay tuned for that email. It'll be coming.